feels nice. But we are doing today's check-in. Okay, so a little tight. We are doing today's check-in. Okay, so we are, if you have not caught up on the last episodes, we are, I think, like the 12th day in to doing our series of identity shifting. Okay, identity shifting going into 2025. We're not waiting until 2025, January 1st, 2025. We are going in already prepared, already ready to go. Okay. Now, if you are just now tapping in with my channel, if you're new to my channel, welcome. We talk about health, fitness, mindfulness here, and we're serious about it. It's not something that is like, oh, in the future, or I'm just going to do a to-do list. It is the real deal over here. Okay. So we're doing our daily check-in. Hello, welcome, welcome. I'm going to start driving. So, of course, I'm not going to be touching the camera or being able to read any comments. So you guys will hear me just kind of listing off things that I want to encourage you to do for the month of December into identity shifting. Also, too, a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about, you can also translate them over into YouTube growth. Because a lot of people I know that have found me due to my videos about YouTube growth. So that's also an identity shift, right, in itself. So we'll kind of go back and forth. But so for today, identity shifting, I want to actually give you guys an example of what I'm doing going into 2025 to help me continue to identity shift, right? Because mine might be different. Yours might be trying to, lose 10 pounds, lose 15 pounds, lose 2 dress sizes, right? Or just overall be healthier, overall have more energy, right? But so for me, it's more so that as I'm continuing to age, as I'm continuing to spend more years on the planet, right? So who's counting? But as I'm spending more years on the planet, I want to be able to feel and I just want to be able to feel my best and feel like light in my body. Not like, yeah, like physically light, but that's not what I mean. It's like, I don't want to feel heavy. I don't want to feel like I can't get on roller coasters. I don't want to feel like I can't walk upstairs. I don't want to feel like I can't play with my nieces and nephews. I don't want to feel like, for my future children, I, want to sit down all the time, right? Like, I don't want to feel that heaviness. And this is the time, I feel like if you can nail it in your 30s, in your late 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, like this 15-year gap, if you can get these kind of identity shifts going, you will have a very successful late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Like, as far as being able to travel and not have any issues with, oh, I got to get a wheelchair, I got to get accommodations, right? And that's no shame on anyone that does have to have those accommodations for, health reasons or, a genetic reason or, a major concern, right? I'm talking about the good old fashioned lazy American that most of us are. Okay. And so we're going to shift out of that. We're going to shift out of it being cool to sit and be lazy and order food all day and watch Netflix all day. Like, we're not doing that. We're not going out like that, right? We're going to be connecting with nature, connecting back with our bodies, remembering that it feels good to move. A lot of times, some of us have just become so disconnected. Wow, from Poland, welcome. A lot of us just feel so disconnected from how our body is supposed to feel that when we start moving it, it feels heavy. It feels like, oh, I just want to sit back down. No, you just got to get over that hump, right? So I want to give you guys an example of what I mean by identity shifting. A very small decision that I made today is how I'm going to meet my goals come my birthday in February, because I have a certain goal that I want to meet by February. So a decision that I just made right before I got on live is going to actually inch me closer to actually having that goal manifested, like in the physical, right? So I received a couple chocolates as a gift, and I love dark chocolate. I love white chocolate. I'm not too big on just normal, the normal chocolate. Like, it has to be either dark cacao, like 90% cacao, or white chocolate, right? And so I received some this white chocolate bark. It's so good. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to not enjoy holiday season. I love all the holiday treats during this time of year. So instead of having those at night, I strategically had it with my RYZE mushroom coffee that I'm still drinking right now, right? So I just had 2 of the barks, and I have that. A lot of times what people will do is have dessert late at night, at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and they don't know why they can't get the weight off. They don't know why they keep staying stagnant, right? So just by shifting, just by me having the treat in the daytime, while it's only 1:28 and I'm, in California, so it's only 1:28 p.m., I'm going to actually go walk 10,000 steps right now. So I'm using the bark. I enjoyed the bark. I was like, this is a great gift. I enjoy it. I'm living my best holiday life right now. And I'm going to go now walk 10,000 steps. So instead of having it after my 10,000 steps, or just not doing any, because today's Saturday, I could just be chilling, not doing anything, lounging around, eating all day, which most of us do, right? Or even, maybe going out and like getting hammered on like a Saturday fun day or a Sunday fun day, right? I'm not doing any of that. I have specific goals that I want to meet. So I'm going to go run errands later. So I'm going to do my 10,000 steps, which it'll probably take me a solid 2.5 hours to do. So what I'm doing is I'm pairing it with something fun. So I'm actually going to go to a part in LA that I don't usually go to. I don't usually have a reason to go to this part of LA, but I'm specifically going to go to this part of LA because there's a lot of places to walk around. So I'm going to just kind of use use it as an explorative day, Saturday, early Saturday afternoon, and then get my 10,000 steps in. And I enjoyed the white chocolate bark that I got, right? So that's an identity thing. Like, I am identified as somebody that wants to be healthy, wants to be fit, right? So if I am that person, I make decisions like that. Somebody else might hear that and be like, you're doing too much. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it that serious? Da, 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 da. And that's okay, right? Because that's not their identity. So for me, as somebody that wants to head into the next decade of my life, right? I want to head into the next decade of my life feeling amazing, right? Feeling like I have a ton of energy, having lean muscle, right? I have goals that are bigger than, and my goals are there for a bigger purpose, right? Because I want to travel the world. I want to, still have children, by God's grace, in God's timing. I still want to have children. I want to be able to run around with my children. I don't want to like have them running around and I'm like, okay, go run over there. And I'm just sitting down super like heavy and lethargic and like just scrolling on my phone while the kids are like running around. I want to be able to like go on walks with them. Like, my purpose is really big, right? For why I'm doing it. And that's another reason for the identity, right? When you can attach yourself to a really big why that's super important for you, then you're more than likely to actually go after that particular goal. It's very difficult to not be attached to any kind of why, because that's why a lot of people fail. And they just can't figure it out with losing the weight or getting healthier or getting more fit or building muscle, because there's not really a reason to do it, right? If you've been, fine, you have your normal routine, you have your job, you have things you do on the weekend, you're already married, your kids are like maybe not grown, but they're like teenagers. And it's like, what's really going to shake you out of it, right? So it could be something as major as like, when I retire, I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm not going to be retired for the next 15 years. But when I'm retired at 65, I'm going to want to be able to travel. Like, I don't want to just be super lazy. And this is the sad part. And I took care of my grandma, so I got a lot of exposure to seeing the golden years of people. By the time most people are 65, unfortunately, very low energy, not a lot of muscle mass. They don't want to really move anywhere. They just want to sit and watch TV. There's not really a lot of plans for that time period. You think that you're going to do that. All of those people that I've had conversations with that were 65 and up, 68 and up, they're like, yeah, I had plans to travel. Yeah, I wanted to do this, but I'm just tired. I just want to sit down. So I don't know if that's also why I am so passionate about this, because we're all gonna, by the grace of God, get to those years. And those are beautiful years. Like, it's a privilege. It's a blessing to be able to get to those years. But if you don't want to move your body, if you don't want to do anything, if you just want to sit, is that really that huge of a blessing? If you're just going to sit and watch other people on TV going after their dreams and their goals, scrolling away at your life. So if you don't really have a big reason, really sit with yourself and say, look, I want to get healthy. I want to get more fit. I want to be somebody that has an active lifestyle. But what's important to me? What's going to actually get me up in the morning, you know, whether it's like you have to work out before work or on your lunch break, right? Like what's going to actually make me shift into a new identity? What's going to make me actually work out on my lunch break and not just sit for an hour and scroll and watch other people getting fit, right? What's going to actually make me get up 45 minutes early to get in a 35-minute workout when I just want to stay cozy and nice and warm in my bed? What is it going to be for you? So I want you to do that today. That's homework for today. I want you to really sit with yourself and say, what is my why? It doesn't have to be anyone else. It doesn't have to be Ciana's why. It doesn't have to be a celebrity's why. It doesn't have to be anyone that we kind of like glorify on the internet. It's your why. It's your why, and it's just for you. And it has to be bigger than your uncomfort, because what happens is when it's just here's the thing. If you're a single person, it is more, you do have more of a push, a nudge to get in shape because you attract a partner, right? So if you already have a partner and you're already married, there's a lot of love and you're comfortable with each other, but you guys know you guys want to maybe get healthier together. But like, it has nothing to do with attraction, right? You already love each other a lot, like probably are more in love with each other as you guys have spent more years on the planet together, right? So attracting a partner is not going to be anything that would push you or nudge you, right? Your partner's already attracted to you. So you're going to have to figure out, why would I get myself uncomfortable? Because this is the thing, when you shift into a new identity, you're always doing things that are very uncomfortable. Like, it's not comfortable for me when I wake up at 5 a.m. The bed is nice and warm, right? Like, there has been not many, but like there's been times where I got up, got my hot water and laid back down. And then the next day I was like, you know what? Like, as I got up, and then I got up at like 7:30 and I'm like, why didn't I just get up? Like I was up. I'm like, I had enough sleep. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but I got back in the bed because it's warm, it's cozy. I don't really have a reason to be up at this, you know, early morning, right? Like, I could just, why not just hang out? So I was like, that's a missed opportunity. That's 2 hours I could be, you know, spend time with God for the very first part and then get my emails going, get work going, right? I can get my workout, knock it out way early. Like, I can do content, right? I can knock out 3 pieces of content when the world is really quiet, right? So it's uncomfortable to grow. It's uncomfortable to get to the next level. It's uncomfortable to stretch yourself. But the why is what it draws you toward the goal, right? The big why is like, the uncomfort to get there is worth it because the why is so big. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So if you guys are resonating, go ahead and like the video. It's a great way for me to understand if you guys, it's like a virtual nod, right? Like, your why has to be huge. So for me, you know, again, by God's grace, you know, I pray to have my own children one day. You know, I'm not in my early 20s, right? So it's like, I have to make sure that I'm a healthy human. So that way, you know, and then again, I want to travel. I want to see the whole world. I want to see I've been to China. I've been to the UK. I've been to Egypt. I've been to different islands. I've been to different areas in Mexico. And I haven't even touched the surface of all the different, there's a lot of people that always are on here from Switzerland, Poland, Ireland. I want to visit those areas. I want to visit Australia. I want to go to the very bottom of South America, to where I don't know if this is true. Maybe some of you guys might know. I think you can like go to the very bottom of South America and technically like take like a boat ride and get close to Antarctica. Is that true? Is that true? I'm not sure. I feel like I saw that on Instagram or something, and I was like, I would love to do that. Even if it was just, I got to like see the very top of Antarctica, or I got to like, you know, get close to it, right? Like, even if you weren't allowed to like get off on the boat and go toward it, and actually touch the land. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. So can you visit Antarctica? So you can, right, Patrick? So I want to do that. I want to be able to like go to different, I want to go to, gosh, all the Asian countries, right? Obviously India. I'm half Punjabi. I still have not been to my home country, or my home country and my home state, my mother state, which is Punjab. You know, I always see pictures of my dad, you know, growing up on a farm and things like that in India. And it's like, I want to visit them. And if I'm not healthy, like when you go, I've been to Egypt. Okay. I've been to third world country type of areas. It's very taxing on the body. Like if you're not healthy and you're not used to that environment, you will shut down very quickly. I don't care. Like you could be 30 years old and shutting down if you're not used to that environment. If you're not like a person that moves your body in those areas, you have to walk a lot of places. You have to go up hills. And the places, you guys, in some of these gorgeous areas that are considered third world countries, you have to walk on the dirt, and it's not like you're walking on comfortable pavement, you know? So you have to like be able to balance yourself sometimes. And it's like, if you can't even balance yourself, if you can't walk, you know, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miles before you just have to sit down, you're not going to be able to travel. You know what I mean? Like, I went to the pyramids, walked around all the pyramids. I was inside the pyramid. Not everybody gets to go inside there's literally people that can't go inside the pyramid because they're not fit enough. I was shocked by that actually, because for some reason, my American mind, I'm like, oh, you know, you can go inside the pyramids and like walk around like it's a museum or something. No, it's still like how people used to crouch down and walk. It's still like that. So like when I was in the pyramid, like we were all super close together. It's like technically there was like a rear, you know, there was a butt in my face, and then my butt was in somebody else's face, because that's how, it's not like a comfortable like go up the escalator and you're just looking in the pyramid. No, it's like I'm imagining people like ancient people with like the, you know, like a candle, and like they had to like crouch down. I mean, there's lights in there now, but it is not a joke. And I'm like, wow, people literally, okay, so when I went to Egypt, when I was traveled into the pyramids, if you weren't fit enough, like half the family, like some families had to have half the family members sit on the outside and be like, okay, we'll take good pictures while you're in there. Like they physically couldn't go inside. Like how devastating is that? You make it all the way to the pyramids and you can't go inside the pyramid because you're not fit enough. It's like not a joke. Like a lot of these places, like, you know, wonders of the world, or like national parks all over the, you know, famous parks all over the world, it's very taxing on the body to get to these places. So I have like, that's how serious I am. I don't want to be 65 and I can't still travel, right? I want to be comfortably walking around doing stuff, surfing. I want to surf. Like I want to live a fulfilled life, right? I don't want to live a Netflix scrolling life. Okay. Well, you don't have to be skinny to go in the pyramids. I'm not skinny. Like you know, you don't have to be skinny to go in the pyramids. You just have to be fit. Like you have to be able to walk like in a like a squat position. Like, so you're going very steep and you're in a squat position the whole time. It's crazy. You got to be Indiana Jones conditioned. I mean, yeah. And it's like, and you know what's interesting about that? You don't have to do much to be conditioned. You just have to do something every day. So it's like with my mom. So my mom got she's in a new position for her job. And so she's going to be walking on her lunch break. And she literally was like, I can't even believe it. She goes, Ciana, I actually, like the swelling has gone down in my knee because I've been walking a lot more. Like just because she's been walking a lot more, her body's already starting to adjust. And she's in her 60s. Like all you have to do is walk every day. Like have you guys ever been, you know, I'm sure you guys pay attention to your neighborhoods, and you might see an older like Asian couple, or you might see an older Indian couple, or, you know, I mean, that's just, I'm just saying that because that's just what I see in the particular area that I live in. But you'll see someone that looks like they're in their 80s walking, because they understand that you don't have to really do too much. You just have to keep going. And then our lifestyle is so sedentary that we're all getting atrophied every second that goes by. So even for me, so today's like my day. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, so I can kind of choose when my days are off, or sometimes I don't have any days off. So today I'm doing kind of like a relaxed work day, right? So I am going to go do my 10,000 steps, but I could have done this live with you guys. Well, I'm sitting technically, right? But like I could have done this live, but I just want to kind of like explore and not be on live while I'm walking. I might pop on live again while I'm walking, who knows? But I'm going to purposefully go walk somewhere, or I could have just been like, I'm just going to be lazy. It's fine. It's gray outside. I'm going to go live for a little bit, read a couple of emails, and then I'm just going to relax all day. Right. But I'm like, no, this is that small decision where like I can go get in a 30-minute walk. I'm going to actually do a 2-hour walk right now, but it's like, you could still do Netflix all day, but just work in a 25-minute walk in between the Netflix shows. Like, you know what I also think is fascinating? That we have to convince each other to walk. Like, that didn't exist not even that long ago either. Like, people used to just move a lot because it was like we had to, like cooking from scratch, washing things from scratch. A lot of men, you know, were doing blue collar jobs. Or even like, you know, it just like culturally, it's like, okay, you go, there wasn't like a lot of scrolling, right? Like we didn't have the scroll culture back in the 40s and 50s. So you were out at the park or whatever. Like, it's like now you have to beg somebody to go walk. Like you have to beg somebody to tell them to move their body for their health. Like that's crazy. Crazy. What's racist about what I said? People are so sensitive. Seeing Indian people walking is racist? I mean, this time period and this on the planet right now, I mean, everybody gets so offended over the weirdest stuff. Yeah, I am talking about walking while I'm driving because I'm actually driving to go walk. So instead of just sitting and being on live with you guys, and then after, you know, doing a live and then just pushing the off button and then sitting for the rest of the day, I'm driving on my way to, and I picked a really cool area in LA on purpose. And it's an area that I haven't been to in years. It's a very beautiful area in LA. So I'm actually excited. And it's like a gray day, so it's not gonna, you know, the sun's not like beaming down to where I would get hot really quickly. So I picked a nice day to go like roaming around. So yeah, so it's like, you know, your why has to be really, really big, right? Your why has to be really, really big. And that's how and why you see people that are really fit in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. That's the biggest difference. It's like their why became so huge. A lot of times, like when you listen to people on YouTube, there will be, you know, stories of people. I love watching the YouTube channels where they have like 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, and 90-year-olds that are fit and like move around, like have a lot of mobility still. And you listen to their stories, and a lot of them had really major stories as to what kicked them into gear of getting really healthy. A lot of them might have had, you know, been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, or maybe there was a DEATH in the family that propelled them, or, you know, maybe they had a loved, you know, like their generation upon generation, you know, they passed away early and they're like, okay, well, I got to move my body because I don't want to, like, you know, their whys were really big. So even it may be perceived that you don't really have a huge reason right now in your life to be your own elite. Find one. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Like, just for a little bit of discomfort today, you'll reap so much pleasure in the future. And that's the problem. Everybody's trying to avoid discomfort. Like today, again, if you guys have been following me for a while, I'm always saying this, that I love when the sun is out. Like, I get charged up when the sun is out because I was born in California. I was born in LA. I am a Cali baby. Like, I don't need all the different, like, some people are like, oh my gosh, like, you don't get to experience all the different beauty of all the weathers. I don't care. I love the sun 365 days a year. And the sun's not always out in California, but I don't need to have like a snowy winter, you know, all that. I think it's cool to have like a weekend of the snow, but I don't need like 3 months of the snow, right? So when it's like this outside, when it's gray outside like this, it does mess with me like a lot. Like I'll be like, ooh, I just want to stay wrapped up and not move all day. So it's uncomfortable for me right now to get up, just look fresh, look, do my hair, put on some, take a shower. I take 2 showers a day, but you guys see what I'm saying, right? It's like, I could have just been lazy, but I was like, let me get up, let me, put my conditioner in my hair, let me put on some eyeliner, let me put on, some lip liner, let me put on a workout outfit. I have my sweatshirt right here, right? Like if it's like a little chilly outside, I have my sweatshirt right here. And I'm like, let me go, instead of just being lazy all day, let me just go walk around and be explorative and get some new ideas and maybe shoot some content and read emails. Like I know that there's some really cute cafes and cute little coffee shops where I'm going, so probably sit and find a new coffee shop and work for a little bit, like, you know what I mean, just be in this explorative energy. But it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. So yeah, it is, I'm mainly getting on here to not really blab off about myself. It's really just to encourage you to do something like that, right? Go on a 10-minute walk, go on a 15-minute walk. I've been challenging myself because anyone that lives in LA knows this about people in LA. We take it for granted a lot. Like we have our little areas, like our little cities or our little neighborhoods or communities that we live in, and then we kind of just stay in that 5-mile radius unless you have like a major reason to go outside of it. So I told myself for 2025, I want to go to the beach at least 1 time a month. I want to go 2 times a month and go work at the beach. Like just go sit at a cute cafe and go work at the beach. I don't have to be inside of my living room and work. I can go work at the beach. So I want to do that at minimum 1 day a month, hopefully 2 days a month. And then when I go walking on the weekend, instead of just walking on my walking pad or going to the gym and walking, I'm going to walk. I'm going to find like a cute little neighborhood that I don't usually go to or I haven't been to. Like I don't have reason to go to like Silver Lake or downtown LA. Like maybe if I'm working an event or something, downtown is a little, you have to be careful out there. So that's also another reason. But like downtown, I went to Century City last weekend, loved it. Like I used to go out there a lot because I used to work out there, but I don't work out there anymore. So when I went, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how cute this mall is. So I went and hung out in Century City area. It was super fun. And I got my 10,000 steps in, just kind of exploring, doing Christmas shopping, got some tea, hung out, and just like was, shopping around. And then I went to my favorite Mexican restaurant, Javier's. I know if you haven't heard of Javier's, where have you been? Javier's is so bomb. So bomb. Yeah, LA's nature is underrated. I agree. I'm going to post it on my community tab, but on Threads, Threads, like Instagram's Threads. I asked I have like 3,000 followers. So I was like, hopefully people will respond, but I was like, what is there to do in LA besides go to a restaurant lounge or bar? Cause there's tons of spots, right? Cool spots, right? Like to hang out and drink. But I'm like, I know that there's more, but sometimes, when you're living in your one little nook and then there's like other nooks being reinvented all the time, you kind of just don't know where to go anymore. So I asked and people are dropping some heat. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that. Oh, I haven't been to that area in a long time. Actually, that's why I'm going to where I'm going. Because on Threads, someone responded and said, oh, you can walk around this area. I was like, duh, how did I forget about that area? Like, how did I forget? But I actually used to live near where I'm going. I used to live like 10 minutes away from where I'm going in my early, like when I was 22 years old. And but again, I just don't live in that area. I don't have a reason to go to that area. So LA is huge. LA County is huge. So I was like, you know what? I kind of want to just every weekend, like at least on a Saturday or a Sunday, not just stay in my one little area and go to my same coffee shop, my same restaurant, my same gyms. Because the gyms that I go to, I'm signed up with 3 different gyms. The gyms are all over LA. So I'm like, oh, why not just go to a gym in Santa Monica, you know, and then spend the whole day in Santa Monica and then work in Santa Monica at like a cute cafe somewhere, you know? So I'm trying to like switch it up, just kind of switch up the energy. And then I'm getting my 10,000 steps in. I'm exploring new areas. I'm getting new fresh ideas, networking in different areas. Like you never know who you can run into or what ideas you can get, creative energy that you can, you know, get from other people, right? So that's what I'm going to do today. But sometimes what we do is we'll talk about it and we'll be like, oh, this would be a cool idea. And then we just stay right in the blanket on an off day. Because it's what we're used to doing, right? And then we're like, oh, we're fatigued, or, you know, oh, we don't, you know, we just come up with some excuse like, oh, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year. I'll do it next month. It's like, just do it now. That's the theme that I'm going to be saying a lot. I don't know when I'm going to stop saying it, but I've been feeling very compelled to say, do it now, do it now, do it now. Because why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? We've been waiting and having ideas for years. You know what I mean? It's like, why are we doing that? So I really want to encourage you, you know, it doesn't matter even if you live in a smaller city. Like I went to Fresno State for college. Like if I lived in Fresno, that's what I would be doing. I would go to a different spot in Fresno that I don't usually go to. I might drive a little, like 15, 20 minutes out and go to like some surrounding areas that are people forget about. Do you guys know I have not been to Yosemite? Born and raised in California, and I've never been to Big Bear. I've never been to Yosemite. Where else haven't I been? Where people are like, those are the 2 main places where they're like, what? Like, people travel from all over the world to go to Yosemite. And I'm like, there's like some beautiful waterfall in Malibu. I do not live far from Malibu at all. And there's like a small, really beautiful waterfall. I don't know if the waterfall is always like there, like all throughout the year, or if it's just like when it's raining, I'm not sure. But there's like a waterfall. Like there's all these cool places. I'm like, I gotta just get out and just get outside of my bubble. It's so easy to stay in the bubble, right? That's a part of identity shifting as well. Like we gotta stretch, like we gotta do something uncomfortable, right? Like I may go walking here right now and be like, this wasn't that serious. I could have stayed at home. You know what I mean? But at least I'm trying, right? Like at least I'm just going to go try something new. And then I can check that off the list. Like, oh, okay, I'm not going to go back to that area for a while, right? So it's like, it's time. It's the year to shake yourself up. It's the year to get uncomfortable. Thrive in 25. We're going to be thriving in 25. And you can't thrive if you don't try. Like, there's just a lot. People just, I don't know what it is, but I think the internet has scared a lot of us into not trying because we feel like we have. I just had a conversation actually with someone very close, special to me. And I was like, you know, when are you gonna, you know, what's going on with the YouTube, right? And they're like, oh, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, and they kind of just looked at me and they're like, what? Like, what are you thinking? And I'm like, do you know that you've been saying the same sentence, the same paragraph for 2 months? For 60 days, I've been hearing the same. And I'm like, I have grace for you, you know, because I get it. It took me 6 years to start posting on YouTube, which is ridiculous. But that just shows you how much we've made up some kind of like invisible perfectionism. Like a perfectionism that just doesn't exist. Nothing is ever perfect, by the way. Like, you never arrive at perfect. No, you literally can't. Like, even Olympians, like, they get a gold medal and they're like, okay, what's next? Like, literally, it's like, what's the next ceiling? Like Serena and Venus, you know, Serena and Venus Williams, it's like, I think that she's done. I'm not sure, but I think that she's done. I think Venus is done, or Serena's done with, I know Serena has been done for a while, I think, but I think Venus is done. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, there's more ceilings there. She's not going to just plateau in her 40s and be like, okay, well, now I'm just done. Her impact on the world is going to be bigger, right? Like, she may go on to be an official, or she may go on to start an insane business for women in sports, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like the perfectionism, the ceiling, it keeps moving. Like, the ceiling, that's why I always say embody pursuit. That's why this channel is called Embody Pursuit. We are in pursuit of embodying that next level. There's always going to be a new level, right? So don't feel like you have to arrive somewhere, or don't feel like it's done for you. Okay, I plateaued at 25. They say that this is the prime time of my life. I'm plateaued at 25. Oh, well, I made it to the next position in my job. Okay, well, I'm plateaued. I made it. No. We should always be in pursuit. Okay, what's the next level? What's the next best health that I can get to? What's the next best fitness I can get to? What's the next business I can start and nail it at that? What's the next country I can visit? What's the next nonprofit organization that I'm going to create? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't end. We shouldn't be ending anywhere. So we're going to be thriving in 25. Okay, I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that, but we're going to be thriving in 25, and we're going to be doing it now. All right. And if you found me because of YouTube growth, we are going to be operating in big impact energy. I don't want to hear anyone else saying, I mean, I say this with love, right? But I want to encourage you not to say, oh, I have a small channel. I have a small channel. No, you have a big impact channel. The numbers don't matter right now. Like, I used to have 0 people on my lives. 0. For months. 0. I was talking to myself. It's going to pull over and kind of, chit chat with you guys for a second. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. In order to get something you never had, you have to do something you never done. Exactly. Yes, Venus has her book. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, she has her books. She's, like, I feel like I've seen her on podcasts, like, saying some amazing things, doing amazing things. Like, for example, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But it's like, he felt like, I remember him saying this, I feel like, in an interview where he was like, I haven't even done my life's work yet. Like, my life's work is actually starting now that I'm going to be coaching women's basketball. Like, we're all like, Kobe Bryant, he's the GOAT. And, I think he stopped his career at like 37 or something like that, 37, 38, something like that. I could be wrong. But it's like, he was like, oh, now my life's work starts. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, you think of Michael Jordan. He then went on to play baseball, you know what I mean? And then whatever else he's doing now. I don't know if he's like a billionaire now. Maybe he's on the way to it, like being a business mogul. Like, I think of like Shaq. Like, now he's a business mogul as well. It's like, we never end. So I just want to eradicate the perfectionism. You just have to start. So like, what happens is, I think that when we see like this big, beautiful end, like, it seems like they're at their end, or they've arrived, right? Like, they have the mansion in Hollywood Hills. They have the beautiful spouse. They have the beautiful, beautiful children. They have the amazing business or career. And we think like, that's it. But like, that's just another ceiling that they broke. And then now they're going to the next one. Like, it doesn't end. Like, oh my gosh, Snoop Dogg is such a great example of this. He could just be done, right? He could be, but he's always reinventing himself. He's like, one year he's Snoop Lion, one year he's Snoop, now he's Uncle Snoop, now he's taking over the world. Like, literally, it's like who knew that this young kid from Long Beach, California would then grow up to be in his 50s and walking around with the Olympic torch? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who knew? Who knew? It's like, it's the coolest thing ever to watch. So I say all that to say, like, if you're starting your YouTube, if you want to start your fitness journey, your nutrition journey, just start, just do it, right? Like, I was going to say like Nike, but you know, I wasn't thinking of Nike when I said it. Snoop Dogg tries too hard to be a gangster now. I feel like in my opinion, I feel like he's kind of in his grandpa era. I feel like he's like, loves being a grandpa. He's always like with his grandchildren. He's like on his fitness journey. I feel like he's like on his lives. And he'll be like doing his like weight training, you know? So Snoop Dogg checks are clearing though, so don't hate. That's true. They are clearing. Snoop is in his grandpa era. Wait, what is Audi? In his Audi era? What's Audi mean? Norway? Wow. I don't think has Norway been in the building yet? The virtual building, the virtual Embody Pursuit corporate office. This is the Embody Pursuit corporate office, by the way. It's the mobile vehicle. The mobile office, the mobile corporate office. Oh, auntie era? Neo is? He's in his auntie era? Let me take you cruising in the lowrider. Bergen, Norway. Wow. Oh, when he flat irons his hair, yeah. His outfits, you know what? I don't really like look at Neo. I actually know someone that is like like, I only see him on her page, and like he looks like he like is in normal, like not auntie clothes. I don't know. Are we talking about the same Neo? Come experience a lowrider scene. Maybe. I mean, I'm down to try things, you know, I'm down to try a couple things one time. Like, I'm not really into, like, you know, when people kind of go cruising or whatever, that's not really my thing, but I would like when I was in Miami, like, so a big group of us went like cruising around South Beach, you know? And it's cool, but then it's like, okay, we went down the street. Okay, now what? Like, what are we eating, you know? But I know cruising is like an art in itself. So I no hate on the cruising. I just don't know if it's my thing, really. Oh, yeah, Neo. If we're talking about the singer Neo, yeah, he's still performing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, hello. So let's see. Something just to check off the list. Guarantee you'll enjoy. Okay, all right. I'll have to try it out. I'll have to try it out. Ain't no way I got blocked already. Do you get blocked usually? And then if so, what are you saying to get blocked? What are you saying to get blocked? By the way, I try to get in. Okay, I'm going to do a whole hair video. You guys, my hair is like literally like, look how like it's not even in the video anymore. And when I started doing these lives, like my hair was like up here. Like if you look at my older videos and my hair is curly, my hair is like right here. It's like down all the way like down here now. So what I've been doing the last 5 years of my life, I consciously have been eating more protein. Consciously. And I'm starting to see results. So for example, I'm doing my RYZE mushroom coffee, but I also have about 5 grams, 6 grams of protein. Cause you know, when you put protein inside of like drinks, it just turns into like a thick shake. So I'm like, how can I like sneak in more protein here and there without making my drinks? Like, cause I want this to still be a drink, right? So I put in like 5 grams. So that's like another way if you're struggling to get protein in. And that's another identity shift, right? I was like, I need to get more protein. I want to be able to sustain my muscle as I spend more years on the planet. Because unfortunately, that is part of, you know, if you don't maintain your muscle as you continue to spend more years, it gets more difficult every year. I don't want to say difficult. It gets more challenging every year to gain muscle. So you want to try to preserve as much as you can as you age. Man, the streams be blocking me for saying morning in the afternoon. Oh, really? Oh yeah, that's a little extra. I'm pretty strict with the blocking over here too, but I mean that's not offensive. When I saw that, I just was like, okay, that's interesting. And then, you know, ain't no way. Let me see. So yeah. That is what's going on today. So anyone else have anything interesting going on today? Also too, I didn't, duh. Okay. I'm doing something extra special. I hit 10,000 subscribers, which it's such a big deal to me because it has nothing to do with the number. I'm just like, wow, there's 10,000 people that are trying to do better at life, just like I am, like trying to get 1% better, right? So I don't see them as I don't see subscribers as followers. I see subscribers as teammates. Like I see subscribers as family members, like in our virtual tribe, right? And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm actually giving away, alongside the free gift giveaway, so I'm giving away a electric kettle. I want to try to get people to not use the microwave as much. You know, I use the microwave maybe 10% of the time because sometimes I just have to, you know, I have to. But I use my tea kettle a lot. So I'm actually giving away a tea kettle for the month of December. So you're going to want to make sure to get in the description and sign up with, all you do is just write your first name and your email. That's it. You're automatically in the giveaway. So I'll be announcing who won that. But along with the giveaway this year, or this month, I'm going to give away 10,000. I'm going to give away, along with the electric tea kettle, I'm going to be giving away 10,000 pennies. So all you have to do is, if you win, you're going to make sure to check your email, because there's been a couple times where people have won and then they don't check their email. Check your email, the one that you signed up with, check your email, and I'm going to be giving away 10,000 pennies along with the electric tea kettle. And 10,000 pennies, yes. I'm giving away 10,000 pennies for the 10,000 subs. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to give away $10,000, but I got to still add to my investment account. Okay, I'm trying to secure my future, you guys. Okay, I'm just a little woman in the world trying to figure it out. Okay, but I'm able to very comfortably give away 10,000 pennies alongside with, so it's like a little, you know, Christmas bonus, or, you know, some extra gas for the, you know, a tank of gas, paying yourself back for, you know, Christmas gifts, whatever. So I'm giving away 10,000 pennies, which is $100 with the tea kettle. Okay. So you're going to want to make sure to get in the description, and get on and sign up. Okay. Did some pharmacy math in my head. You know what's funny is I was like, oh, I want to actually give away like some monetary. And I was like, I want to be able to say 10,000. I was like, and I literally Googled, is 10,000 pennies $100? Because I literally Googled it. Because I wanted to make sure, you know. So 10,000 pennies for the 10,000 subs. All right. Oh, Patrick, I have Hallie's email, but Patrick, can you email me so I can have your email? Because I want to send you both something. Can you just email me? embodypursuit@gmail.com. Just say, hey, it's me. And, you know, hey, it's Patrick. And say something to where I know it's going to be you, because now that I said it on live, I might have other people email me and say it's Patrick. So you're going to have to get creative and just make sure. Email me and say, this is my favorite thing that I always eat. Just say, that'll be the code. And then I'll know it's you. Because I just know that there's going to be people that say it's Patrick. I just, like, that's the unfortunate thing about, I mean, there's cool things about being on live, but I am exposed to strangers, and I just, unfortunately, there's just things that, safety issues that come along with doing this. So, okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in. I left my calorie counter at home on the counter when I took a shower. That's okay. I can use my phone. That's annoying though. Yeah, remind her of the thing we're always trying to make her tell us. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, you guys are, I'm hoping you guys forget about that. But I will stick to it, you know, when I get to that number, I will stick to my word. I was just like doing too much that day when I was just telling all my business, but you know what? That's okay. I'm a woman of my word. So I will tell you guys. Oh man. No one still has said it though. No one has, like, in that, like, when I was saying no, that was the truth. No one has said the correct artist and the correct song. So, let's see. I might go live later. When you first got into being live, did you feel nervous about what other people? Absolutely. I still do. I still do now. This is a thing that I've learned about when you're like on a journey. When you first do the few rounds of something, you then start to get used to doing it while still feeling the same feelings. So like it still takes a lot of courage for me to press on, because I'm like, okay, so here we go. I'm going to get blasted off with rude comments. I'm going to get blasted off with this. I'm going to get blasted off with that. I'm going to, you know, and then, sometimes I might stutter. I might forget something mid thought. I might be like, oh wait, I want to like switch to that topic. Right. Like I mess up all the time while I'm on the lives with you guys. So I still get nervous, but I just keep going. And so the more you keep doing that, it's like the nerves deflate. Right? So a lot of people have fear, a lot of people have nerves, a lot of people have anxiety, but it's like you learn how to like still do the thing while having the feeling at the same time. And most people just are too nervous to like learn how to cope with it at the same time. You know what I mean? So when I first started doing this, yeah, I mean, you could see my nerves more. Like my nerves were more apparent, and I would like move my hands a lot more. I was more aggressive. um and I would be really like really looking around. Like my eyeballs were darting around because I think I was just trying to think so much. And now I still look around a lot, but I'm like it's just less, you know? And then now in probably 5 years from now, I'll be very like I'll be a better more powerful speaker, but I have to go through this journey to like get there, you know? So you guys are seeing me practice. I hear you, and being judged is difficult, but as long as you know you're doing something for the greater, exactly. The beautiful thing is that you talk to us in a conversational style, and in regular conversations we all stutter. Yep. And switch topics and exactly. That's why I like going live more than doing the regular videos, because I'm just like, it's still so weird to me to talk to a lens, and I know that there's not someone on the other side actually watching. So I'll actually mess up more when I do those videos. I have to start it over a lot. But then it's weird because I'm like, on here, I can just press on and start talking. But there's just something that switches in the brain that I'm like, okay, I'm talking to real human beings. I don't know. It's just something that I'll continue to grow in. But I do notice now that when I do my videos, my regular videos, it's getting easier every time I do it. Like I don't have to stop the camera as much. And I'll even get nervous and nobody's even I'll get more nervous. You know what's crazy? I will literally get more nervous doing those videos than I will doing lives. And nobody's watching me. Isn't that weird? I don't know why that is. Sometimes like you just go into like this mental shift or mental switch where I'm like, oh, I'm doing an official video. You know what? I'm doing an official video. So like, let me be official. And then I get nervous. But then on here, it's like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm really talking to human beings. So I'm more relaxed. But you would think it'd be opposite. I would be more nervous talking to human beings I don't know. I have never met any of you guys in real life. You would think I would be more nervous, but I'm less nervous than doing a regular video where there's literally just me and the camera lens. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what that is or what that's called. Oh, I saw this app that lets you have a teleprompter when recording videos. I have seen that too, and I'm purposely not using it because I want to get really good at being able to think off, like on my toes. Like I'm practicing, I consider myself practicing thinking on my toes. But that is really, I think that people should use teleprompters. Like I think there's certain personalities that should use it. Especially if you feel like crippled, like if you feel like it's crippling you from starting or like scaring you from starting. I think that people should start doing it with the teleprompter. Those are actually really cool, by the way. But I'm practicing getting used to, like, I want people to feel comfortable with me, and I can only do that when I'm like practicing being comfortable on camera, you know. So I actually have read off of a script in one of my videos, and I just was like, this was cool to try, but I'm not gonna, like, I could hear myself like reading, and I just was like, I'd rather fumble and stutter than like read off of something. Yeah, but I tried that. The thing that makes me rethink lives is the fact that my replays won't get enough views compared to my regular videos. That's true. That's true. How I frame it in my mind is I just use this as practice. So the more I get better at my lives, the better my regular videos are, because I don't have to do as much editing. So like if you scroll down to my videos like from 3 years ago where I have edited videos, there's like an edit every like few seconds because I was like stuttering, or like I was saying or I would just blank. I just would stop. Now when I do my videos, you guys, this one, Oh my gosh, this is so perfect. I'm so happy you brought that up because this might really help you. So this one, right? Some of you, a lot of you, most of you guys have actually found me from this video. This video was one shot. One shot. Right here. It's at 73,000 views right now. So where's the, I'm sorry, there's always like my fingerprints. But 73,000 views right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. One shot the whole time. I literally pressed on and I started talking and I pressed off. That was it. 70,000 views. So the reason why I was able to do one shot is because I do these lives. It's because there's so much, like I've done so much practice being able to get to the next moment. Even when I feel like I'm going to lose the thought for a second, or I feel like I'm going to veer off, I do these lives so much that I'm starting to gain some kind of muscle where I can like get back on track. And also another thing, what I've done is that when I'm shooting my regular videos and I want to say, what I'll do is I'll just repeat what I just said. So I'll say, let's see, what's an example? I'll say something like, you guys, I just got monetized. I just hit 10,000 subscribers and I just got monetized. I just hit 10,000 subscribers and I just got monetized. You know how I repeated it just now? I'm not really repeating it to emphasize the point. I'll be thinking at the same time, like, okay, what path did I want to go down again? Like I'll repeat something and make it seem like I'm emphasizing it, but I'm just avoiding saying I hope that helps. From Chile? Wow. I want to go to Chile. You seem like a good soul. I know I can be a personality, but I'm petrified of people who just trash people, even though I know most of them are miserable. Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy, but it's weird. It's almost like I look forward to it now. Like there's something that's happening with practicing not caring about the trolls. Like I don't know what to call it. Like I feel like this is what, I'm not saying I'm going to be famous, but I feel like this is how people deal with fame. Like you have to there's something that they're able to shift into. It's like they either have the strength or like a certain muscle, or like they just are so risen out of the opinion. I don't know what that is. I actually want to look it up. There's like coaches, like acting coaches and things like that help people in that arena. And I want to, maybe there's like some podcasts on it, but there's something that's happening when I'm on live with these trolls. It's like you have to, if you want to do something like this, like if you want to be online, like, am I going to really let a troll stop me from my life's purpose? Like, am I going to let a stranger who I'll never meet, who's going to say I'm ugly, stop me from potentially making millions of dollars in the future because I have an amazing service to offer in the future and I have a very engaged audience? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like a troll doesn't have that much control over me. Because if you don't go for it, it's almost like you did a silent admitting, like a silent submitting to the troll. You know what I mean? Facts. Repetition is important. Yep. Hallie says, right, but we can't even tell. Awesome. Yeah, I do that all the time. Like I'll just repeat the same thing and I'm like trying to not say Let's see. That's what we need to just do it. Practice makes yep, you just have to keep going. And I really hope that like every time you guys see me on live, I hope you guys literally get off the live. Even if you see me go live and you listen to me for 2 minutes, I want you to click off and just do your own live. Like for real. Cause like I'm really trying to get all of us to like either have this on the side of a 9 to 5 or this be your main thing. But I just think where the world is going, it is going to be gold to have some kind of online presence and have some kind of offer, whether it's a digital product, some kind of service, something. Because it's just too easy. It's too easy to make money online. When I slow down, my speech helps me flow. Yeah. Yep. Let's call it I don't give a F challenge. Yep. You don't believe this, but I have literally analyzed the way you talk, and I have thought to myself that repeating or emphasizing something is a good time to wow, perfect. Yep. That's what I do. That's what I do. And then so that way when I was shooting my other videos like that just go in the live section, like I just posted one right now. Not right now, but last night, and I guess you could say aired this morning. It took me maybe 20 minutes to edit because I actually showed some examples this time. I was like, okay, let me step my game up, So I showed some examples like in the middle of the video, so I edited. But because I spoke pretty smooth here and pretty smooth toward the end, right? So, and then I speak again at the end. All I really had to edit was like this part when I was showing you guys something. So if I don't, so for, you can kind of think about it like, I'm just going to practice speaking. Why not get watch hours potentially? Why not connect with new potential subscribers? And then I take these clips, like for example, let me show you guys something, another thing. Let's see, what's my most viewed? Let's see. Oh, this one too. This was, you guys were on live with me that one day, and then I just propped up the camera. And then this one almost has 1,000 views. I just propped up the camera and just started talking. No edit. I didn't edit this video at all. I just shot it, literally pressed upload. Took a snapshot for the thumbnail. But let me show you guys. So like a lot of you guys were on live with me. I'm trying to see. Okay, so for example, this one. Some of you guys were on this live with me. So this was like a 2-hour live, I think. And then I just took, what I do is when I have like a 2-hour live, I'll cut it to like 15 minutes and below. Maybe sometimes it'll be 20 minutes. Like this one's 21 minutes because I wanted to get the whole point across. But then I just upload it. And I mean, yeah, the quality isn't as good as like a regular video with like the cinematic mode on my phone and all that, but it's still continuous, consistent, content. And then what I'm going to start doing too is every morning, probably at 6 a.m., I'm going to have one scheduled. So a 10-minute replay, like 10-minute clip replay every morning. And yeah, I might only get 300 views, 400 views, but that's okay. Cause it just is, it's still pushing the momentum of my page. So you just knock out all these birds with one stone. And then that way, because I was practicing here, speaking and engaging with you all, right? This was a live video. Then when I shoot this video, like a video like this, where it's more clear and it's like more of a video, like I'm doing an official YouTube video, I'm speaking clear, sharp, straight to the point, and being able to explain things very well in an easy way because I practiced going live. Nearly speechless. I'm praying for this on the outside and holiness on the inside. Awesome. So I really hope that helps. Like this last 15 minutes, how I just described all that, I'll probably do that as a replay clip. You have almost 90K on Insta. No, I don't. No, I don't. You might be thinking of somebody else. I hope you're following the right Instagram. Thank you guys for the compliments. That's funny. So any questions before I go? I have a couple more minutes. Any more questions before I go? Ooh, and the sun's starting to come out. It's like peeking out, but it's not like beaming down. A perfect time to go on like a nice hour-and-a-half walk. What you sure, let me see, what you sure your tagline is limitless? I do have that in the middle of my name. No, I'm at 18,000 followers. This is my Instagram. Fingerprints. Sorry, guys. That's my Instagram. Do I like Persian men? Yeah, I don't have a preference on ethnicity at all. I like Indian men, black men, Mexican men, Asian men. Like, I don't have a preference. Persian men. Let's see. Any more questions before I go? Better than PS5 Pro? I'm not really sure what that's referring to. Oh my God, ew. See, when I try to share more, it go boom right to something ridiculous like that. It's okay, you just gotta keep going. I thought it was like, you know, a respectable, like not respectable, but it was like the question was, it was fine. Boom. Crazy. Sweet down to earth queen. Thank you so much. I came in just time to I know. It's crazy. And you guys are seeing in real time what happens, and you just block. You just, you know, block, keep it pushing, keep it going. And because of that, it's like, imagine if 2 months ago I just was reluctant to go live and then not be monetized and then lose hours on the back end and then just still always be in this loop of not being able to get monetized and then just feeling like kind of defeated, right? Like I feel a nudge, I feel like, you know, but no, I'm like, I'm ready to take on the trolls because I'm not letting anything step in the way of like what I feel like God is nudging me to do. When can we expect you teaching us how to make digital products? So I'm going to do that. It'll probably be ready to go in January, but I will, just to give you a quick list, you can actually do it way before I launch anything. If you want a quick rundown, get PayHip, PAYHIP, payhip.com. Okay, so write that down, payhip.com. You want to get your own domain name, you can get it from several websites, but go to domain.com, pick a domain name, use a template on Canva. Just type in ebook on Canva. So many ebook templates will come right up, and you can just get the process going. But yeah, if if you're like ready to go right now, but yeah, I'll probably have that up in January. Have to go. I'll be on later if you're on later. Okay, awesome. Thanks for tapping in, Jacob. What's your purpose to make these lives? Let's see, not a question, rather maybe a few positive affirmations for today. So my purpose, there's lots of reasons. So I am a life coach. I was going to start doing life coaching like one-on-one. God kind of closed that door and just is having me focus on some other stuff. I may end up doing life coaching one-on-one in the future, but I got my life coaching for something else. I thought I got it for one-on-one coaching, but that's not it. So it's to practice my life coaching. It's to help people in self-development. Okay. It's to continue to grow in my purpose and my gifts. It's to build a community in the health and wellness space. It's to help women. I thought it was mainly for women, but apparently a lot of men benefit from my channel as well. But women that are in their late 20s to mid 40s get healthy, and just to also, I learn, it's like selfish too. I learned from you guys so much. I've learned so much from Hallie. I've learned so much from Patrick, right? Like it's a co-creation, right? I really love the platform of YouTube because it's a different type of mindset. When people click into this app, they click more into reality, I feel like. And then when people are on Instagram, it's more like in La La Land, or it's more like in fairy tale land. But over here, people are like, okay, I really want to grow. I really want to get better. I really want to connect. Like, they're looking for communities. So that's why I also love doing these lives. And then also, it's to build a business, right? I'm building a business. So I do affiliate marketing. I do brand ambassading. I actually do it in real life too. I just haven't done a lot of it this season on purpose. Like, I've been actually turning a lot of events down. So, I do like promo modeling. I've done, I've worked events and stuff like that. So it's also a way to network, right? But mainly overall, I want to continue to build an online presence so I can sell really dope products well into my 70s, well into my 80s. So I'm in it for the long haul. Let's see. Totally agree with YouTube versus IG. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. It says, is it wrong to ask ladies about body count? Real question. I would go to a life coaching page in that department, Tony Gaskins, or go to Rebecca Lynn Pope and ask that question there. I wish you well, honestly. You're honest and to the point. Thank you so much. I did master's in public health, and I've been thinking on going to life wellness coaching program. Yeah, absolutely. Where did you get your just go to Udemy, go to udemy.com. And there's a lot of PhDs, a lot of people that are professionals in the field, and they just create their own courses. And then you want to make sure to get an accredited one. So just go to Udemy, Udemy, and sign up, and then just sift through all the different types of certifications, and really look at the reviews and all of that. So I got my certification from a PhD. And then yeah, it's like you can end up getting, you can have like 100 certifications, because you're getting it from PhDs. And then a lot of these people have graduated from Harvard, Stanford, Yale, so you're getting, and then you want to make sure it says accredited in the United States. So it's really easy. I mean, you know what I would really love to do too? God would just have to make it so easy for me, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. But I really would love to be a certified nutritionist, but I don't want to go to school. So I'm just going to do like a bunch of certifications, and then just do trial and error and practice with you guys, and use myself as a guinea pig. I'm flat out admitting I don't want to go back to school. Like, I don't want to go in somewhere, sit down and do all these tests. I don't want to do that. So the courses on Udemy are like digestible. They're quick. They're on your own time, and it's, easy to follow. And I don't really want to be like a registered dietitian where I'm like, I have clients and stuff. I don't really want to do that. I just want to do it for the knowledge. So that's kind of like my plan. Interesting social and digital dynamics as the world turns into the early part of the 21st century. Yep. Check with your employer some purchase license or training on Udemy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'm about to do a weight loss coaching certification on. Awesome. There's one certification. I'll announce it as soon as I'm done, but there's one that I'm doing right now too. It's cool because it's like you could just do a certification like once a month, and by the end of 12 months, you're like certified in all these different areas. It's really, really cool. Udemy really nailed it with that. And then you can create your own course on Udemy. You have 3 certifications in health coaching. Awesome. I don't want to do one. Yeah, I don't. And the reason why I don't want to do one-on-one coaching right now, I don't feel called to do it, is I did it for years. It just was in a different arena. But being a district manager for years and being a general manager and a store manager and all that, I was essentially a one-on-one coach. And I just did my era with that. Like, it would be something like maybe 10 years from now, if someone wants, I don't know. This is just me like talking about fluff at this point. But like 10 years from now, if somebody's like, Ciana, I will pay you $50,000, like it would have to be something ridiculous, like $50,000 to be my life coach, I would do something like that, right? Because they've just seen my online presence for 10 years and they're like, I don't even care that you don't want to do it. Like, what's your number? I will do it. It'd have to be something that ridiculous for me to be like, okay, yeah, I'll be your life coach. But I don't want to do life coaching. I really actually enjoy more of the group setting like this, more so than one-on-one life coaching. Been there, done that for years. Woo, for years. Yeah. And I also was an executive assistant to this particular company, this particular CEO, and I essentially was a life coach to that person. Even in my role as, I'm currently a COO of Afrikix, which is a nonprofit organization, and I do life coaching with the CEO all the time. So it's like I'm already doing it in real life and I've done it for years. And so, yeah, it's just not something I'm feeling called to do right now and like set up a coaching and like you can do a live coaching call. That's not where I'm at right now. Maybe though, maybe in 5 years, you know, God might be like, it's time for you to do that again. But I think I'm being called to do weight group loss program. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. You'd be so good at that. I mean, I've learned so much from you from these lives. You'd be so good at that. I'm a store manager now at a prominent company, but feels, boom. So you already know what I'm talking about. You know exactly, Jamo Curson. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When you are a manager, you are a life coach. When you are a manager, you are a therapist. When you are a manager, you are a babysitter. When you are a manager, you are a psychiatrist. Straight up. The only difference is that you can't technically put the name on your name because you like don't have a certification, but you're essentially doing that. So I'm like, I've been doing that since I was 18. I'm capped out. I'm capped out. This is my vacation week, so I'm going to be working on at least having my website created by the end. Ooh, that's good. That's good. You know, a lot of people really should do that. Sometimes people like shouldn't go away on vacation. They actually should start up their online business. You could literally have a business up and going in a week and be taking clients within the next week while people have a 9-to-5. If they were strategic like that and use their PTO for that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I want to get my steps in. But beautiful conversation. Thank you so much for tapping in with me. I might go on later. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But tap in with me if you are just now finding me, because I know you guys are finding me in like the vertical mode in the short section. If you've been vibing with what we've been talking about, go ahead and subscribe and make sure to catch me on the next one. Bye.